Another myth to dispel about casual relationships is that there can't be any affection, that they are cold encounters. In reality, that's not true. Casual sex can be a moment of deep sharing, an affectionate moment, and it can also be experienced with beauty, fun, and depth. The important thing is that both people are aware that it is circumstantial. That is, it's a behavior that they are engaging in at that moment, sincere but circumstantial, meaning it's tied only to that moment and that experience. If people are able to keep these emotions within the relationship and share them without dragging them into everyday life, then it is healthy. If, on the other hand, people let themselves get carried away and become emotionally involved, then, as I said before, it's possible that a relationship might start, but it doesn't have a solid foundation because maybe they don't know each other very well. Or even worse, if only one of the two develops feelings. And then, of course, someone ends up getting hurt. Someone might ask, can a beautiful, deep, and sincere relationship, meaning a romantic relationship, an engagement, or a marriage, be born from a relationship that starts out as just sex? The answer is obviously yes, as long as both people are moving at the same pace, are in sync, willing to get to know each other, and above all, willing to see how things develop. Without being influenced then, without basing it on how wonderful it is to make love, how great it is to have sex. So, without that conditioning, they must be willing to see if there are actually the foundations for a relationship. Because obviously everyone has certain needs when it comes to relationships. There are things we want in a relationship that we can't overlook, and there are things we don't want in a relationship. And this too shouldn't be ignored. Unfortunately, though, when relationships start with sex, people often tend not to consider these needs carefully and thoroughly. And these are the things that must be present and those that must not be present. Forcing a relationship just because the sex is great and very enjoyable, obviously that's not smart because you risk ending up in a relationship that will eventually have negative consequences.